And when I looked at my friend's roommate, she looked at me saying, Baba, come to my room. And I knew I was in big trouble. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Baba, and welcome back to a super embarrassing, but I gotta say crazy story. So this story takes place after high school, after my grade 12 year. I was actually 19 around this time, and I remember being 19, I really did not know what I was doing because I didn't enroll in college, I didn't do university. In reality, I did not know what my future really held for me. But thanks to you guys following the channel, honestly, you guys actually changed my life. But before this, when I was 19, I remember I had this one friend of mine that was really, well, how do I put this? Awkward. Because I remember after high school, me and him, we never really connected with anyone at all. So basically, when we saw each other one time at the mall, we ended up walking up to each other and seeing how life was going. It's actually really cool after high school when you meet up with someone again or see someone that you went to high school with, because it's a different experience since you guys are in, well, a harder place, and that's figuring out your future. But I remember I walked up to him and said, hey, yo, didn't you go to my school? Oh, yeah. What's up, Bubba? Good to see you, bro. Yeah. So what's up with you? Oh, nothing, you know, just going to school for fashion, you know, just figuring out my stuff. Oh, okay. I didn't know you liked fashion. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I was really awkwarded out and asking weird questions that really made no sense. And that's because this guy started to act more zesty than what he used to back when we were in school. Until I realized one thing led to another, he actually ended up coming out as gay after high school. Now, obviously, this was my first time seeing his gay side come out, I guess. And obviously, I wanted to respect it. So I remember I was just being nice to him and interacting with him. And me and him, we started talking about the future and stuff, and you know, how he has a plan to become a fashion designer and all this cool stuff. And when he asked me about my future, well, I ended up just standing there frozen, not knowing what to say. I remember he looks at me saying, oh, it's okay, Baba, don't worry, not everyone figures out their future. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, is what I told him afterwards. And I remember one thing led to another. He actually ended up giving me his number. And no, not in that way, just giving me his number as a friend. Now I remember after that whole conversation, I ended up walking through the mall, going straight to, you know, a technology store and just buying some tech that I wanted just because why not? Because obviously at the time I was still building my dream gaming setup and everything. And then out of nowhere, I remember one thing led to another. I ended up getting a text message. I got a text message from him saying, hey, actually, I was just wondering, tonight I'm having like kind of like a friend gathering from like people from high school. Do you want to come? At that moment, I didn't really know what to say. I was thinking yes, no, maybe. But at the same time, I ended up texting him back saying, wait, so is it like at your parents' place? Oh, no, I moved out a long time ago. I live with my roommate. She's totally chill. Don't worry. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come over. And one thing led to another. He sent me the address, and well, later on that night, I ended up going over. I remember I ended up driving my car there, parked my car across the street from his building, and I got out of my vehicle and started heading inside. And when I got there, I remember I ended up seeing someone else at the front door of the building smoking. And it was actually an old friend of mine from high school. Well, friend, not actually a friend, but we knew each other. I remember I walked up to him and shook his hand. I'm like, hey, like, how's it going? It's been a minute. Oh, it's good, bro. Good to see you, man. So like, you coming upstairs? Yeah, I don't know. I ran into him and I thought, you know, why not hang out with him again, I guess. Yeah, no, apparently like a lot of people are going to this thing. Bro, wait, did you ever meet his roommate? No. Why? Is his roommate cool or something? Oh, bro, you're in for a treat. I remember me and him, we ended up entering the building together so he could show me where to go. And when we walked through the doors, I remember I ended up seeing a lot of people there that were from my high school. Now, obviously, it was super awkward to see a lot of them, and to be honest, not a lot of them liked me, since chances were that I did the devil's tango with their friend. But one thing led to another. I remember I ended up getting some pretty, well, evil eyes pointed at me, but not only that, I ended up seeing one girl that was at the gathering. Now, this girl I did not recognize whatsoever, but I remember I looked at her and I'm like, whoa, this girl is a 10 out of 10. And then I remember my friend that came up to me that was gay ended up coming up behind me, putting his hand on my shoulder and saying, oh, I see you met my roommate. Yeah, she's super cool. Yeah, cool roommate, bro. You guys just like share this place? Yeah, she's like super neat. You should go meet her. And one thing led to another. I ended up walking up with him to this girl and he introduced me. I remember when I met this girl, I couldn't stop staring at her cherries because I'm not gonna lie, they were popping out of that dress of whatever she was wearing. And one thing led to another. Every time this woman spoke to me, I really did not understand anything she was saying because I was just way too distracted. But obviously, I think this chick knew that I was definitely distracted, and she kept basically like running her mouth about something about, you know, I guess school and stuff, and how it's cool that, you know, we're all gathering together and we should do this more. And when I heard hang out more, at that point, I remember I looked up at her, looking her right in the eyes and saying, oh yeah, like I'm down to hang out if you want. I remember she looks confused at me and she says, oh, wait, you mean like me and you? I mean, yeah, why not? Like, do you not want to hang out more? I mean, I just met you. Yeah, I know, but like, what? We all went to the same high school. Like, you know, if I ended up being a bad guy, why would I be here? That's true. My roommate really does have good taste in boys. Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I remember at that point, me and her just started laughing. We ended up hanging hanging out more, and one thing led to another. I'm not gonna lie to you. We ended up exchanging social media accounts. But right as things were getting really good, I gotta say, obviously, all good things must come to an end. Because out of nowhere, I remember halfway through the party, I ended up just, walking around and stuff and hanging out with friends. And then out of nowhere, I ended up seeing that one of the girls started talking to the chick that I just got her number off of. I remember I saw that she was like pointing me out and stuff, and I guess, telling her something that was about me, and I got really worried and confused because obviously I didn't want this girl have a bad taste in her mouth, all because she heard something from someone else. For some reason, all girls like to talk smack about guys that have a bad history, even though I did not know that chick at all as well. But going on with the story, I remember when I saw this, I was really confused and stuff, so I kind of just ended up letting it go and just, basically tried to ignore it. And after the whole event happened, I remember I ended up going home and I decided to shoot this girl a text message about, when we should hang out next. I remember I texted her and she ended up replying back instantly saying, "Oh, actually, do you want to maybe like go to a cafe tomorrow?" Yeah, sure. Which cafe? "Oh, like the one just downstairs from my building. I'll meet you there at like what, 4:30? Yeah, sure, I'll make it." And that's when we made a plan to see each other. Now, obviously, since I was 19, I was really excited to like, actually go on a date instead of just have a girl come over and just do the devil's tango. But then I remember the next day when I actually went to this cafe, I saw her sitting there by herself and I walked in and basically met up with her. I remember she ended up looking at me and she said, "Oh, Bubba, I was wondering, can we talk about something real quick?" Yeah, what's up?" Me and her, we sat down at the booth and I remember she ended up explaining something to me that actually kind of blew my mind. But she said, "So your friend, I guess last night, I don't know if you know that chick that was talking to me." I don't know her, but like I've seen her." "Wait, what about her?" "Well, she told me that like you did a lot of the devil's tango throughout high school. Is that true?" I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was like a major player, but I'm considering retirement." Did you just say retirement? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm kind of tired of being a player. When I said that, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was totally lying, by the way. There was no way I was just gonna, go into retirement or give it all up, because obviously, like, I wanted to have fun throughout my 20s, and I still do. I remember when I said that, though, she ended up having a smile turn into kind of like a curious and questioning face, because she ended up saying, "Wait, so are you not, like, looking for, friends with benefits?" "Well, I mean, like, I'm never not down for friends with benefits." "Okay, well, let's go upstairs and see what you can do." I remember I was confused because the cafe only had one floor, but when she meant upstairs, I started to realize that she actually meant her apartment. Now, I remember at this moment, I was really worried because I didn't want her roommate to see me there with her, but obviously, I did not know what to do. So as me and her were walking up to her apartment, I remember I looked at her and said, "I have a question. Is your roommate there? Because I don't want to make things weird between me and him. Like, we just reconnected." "Oh, I don't think he's up there. I'm not sure. You know what? Here, stay out here. I'll quickly go check." I remember she went upstairs and checked if her roommate was there, and apparently he wasn't, since I got a message literally 2 seconds later saying that he was gone. At that point, I remember I went upstairs with her, and me and her, we chilled in the living room for a bit and started talking about life and, who I was really in high school, and basically told her some of the stories that I tell on this channel nowadays. And one thing led to another. I remember as me and her were about to get up and just go to her bedroom, out of nowhere, I ended up seeing her roommate walk in with one of my homies from back in high school, and they were making out. Now, I've never seen guy on guy action before in my life right in front of me until this day. And I remember I looked at the guy that he brought home and I was like, "Wait a minute, he's gay?" At this moment, it was a really awkward situation because obviously I guess he didn't want his secret going out that he was gay, and obviously I wanted to respect that. So I kept it low key as long as he kept me and his roommate low key. And at that moment, after that whole awkward interaction, I remember I ended up seeing the girl that was there, and she told me to basically like go into her room. And well, when I went into her room, I bet you guys know what happened. Me and her, we ended up doing the devil's tango. And I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the most awkward experiences I ever experienced, because let's just say we weren't the only ones doing the devil's tango in that apartment. I know it sounds crazy to say, but hey, it is what it is. But if you guys don't want this really awkward interaction to happen with you guys, then just follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.